What my baby, she asked me for an iPhone. I almost had to tell her a few things. I said, your daddy don't even have an iPhone. I know you tripping. You done lost something. I don't know. I have a little $29 room of touch. And she want an iPhone and all this. I ain't got no problem with that, but you know, I had to ask her where you work at. I work part-time. Don't even trip on me, like, you know. But the thing that what I'm trying to tell you, that when it comes to a real reason, first of all, we need to be willing to tell somebody about the reason. About the real reason. You got to be willing to tell somebody about the real reason. Not your reason, but the real reason. And the real reason is that if God would have not decided to send his son Jesus into the world to save us, we would never be right here. We would never been able to say, for unto us a child is born, a Savior has been born for our sake. Y'all ain't helping me in here. And so what I'm telling you, got to be willing to tell the story. That's right. Tell the story about how Jesus came into the world, and now everything, it may not be as great as you want it to be, but it's a whole lot better. So you got to be willing to tell people about the gift. Be willing to tell them about the gift. He's the best gift you can ever get. You can ever give anybody. You can offer Jesus up. See, we don't like to do that because people think we're all sanctimonious and all religious and everything. But listen, come hell or high water, you be wishing you can get Jesus out your mouth. I wish I had some help. And all I'm telling you, that a real reason is Jesus. The real reason for this season is Jesus, and every other season is Jesus. Stop letting the consumers and the economy flow. Take your mind on some wild journey and show you all these commercials. Listen, why they don't never show Jesus on the commercial? How about showing Jesus holding the coach bag? Y'all ain't here. How about showing Jesus with a new designer suit on? Y'all ain't helping me. How about showing Jesus with a Gucci watch on his wrist? Y'all ain't helping me. It ain't really the material thing, but it's really all about him. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So when you going to make your Christmas list, that's right. If you're going to ask Santa Claus for something, put Jesus at the top. I'm trying to stay, I don't want to mess Santa Claus up too bad, because he coming, y'all done told the children he coming down your chimney and they ain't even got one. I'm still trying to figure that out, you know, because as cold as it was in Columbus, it was mandatory we keep a fire going. And so my question was, Mother Deal, well, how he gonna make it through this fire? And I'm sitting this close to the fireplace, because if you go anywhere else in the house, it's too cold. Y'all city people don't know about all that. You know, so you gotta sit close to the fire. You almost get 30-degree burn just sitting that close to the fire. I'm finna go. But tell your neighbor, you gotta be willing to tell the story. Number two, you need to be working. You gotta be working. You gotta be working to let people understand that it ain't your ability. You gotta be working your life. You got to be working your salvation. You can't, I didn't say work for it. All right. But once you receive it, you got to work it. You got to work it. You got to be willing to tell somebody. And now that you're working it, you got to be willing to show somebody the way to Christ. Right. You got to be willing to lead the way. You got to be working to lead the way somebody to Jesus. If you're not working, then it's in vain that you got the gift, but you never work the gift. You never work it. You never show anybody the enjoyment that you're getting out of it. You never show anybody that how good your life has been, when you know before it was really, really messed up and jacked all up from every angle that you could see. And so now, because you have Jesus, you have the gift, now you can work in a fashion that everybody else will see why you are who you are. Y'all ain't helping me here. Not because you think you all that. I ain't really going there. But I'm simply saying that now you're working what Jesus has given to you. And we got miles and stuff. We work the wrong way sometimes, but if we start working for the kingdom and telling people about how good Jesus not only has been, but how good he is. Y'all ain't helping me. Y'all, let me go and preach to me here today. Even I ain't got no Christmas gifts and all that kind of stuff. Let me preach to me, because some of y'all looking like you done lost your best friend already. But what I'm telling you is now you got to work the gift. You got to work it so much so that somebody see you and want to do what you're doing, because you're doing the right thing concerning God. You got to work it. 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 Tell your neighbor. Neighbor, you got to be with him. Neighbor, you got to work it. See, y'all work some other stuff. You work what you want to. Let somebody upset you. Let somebody tee you off. Let somebody tee you off with a P. Y'all missed that. We don't even have it. You'll work it then. But can you work it when ain't nothing wrong? David, can you work it in the barracks? When nobody else want to talk about Jesus, but what you know about him, you want to share it. Can you work it then? Can you work it in the workplace? Even though they know you. You know, they know you go to church. They don't really know you sing in the choir and all this kind of stuff. They just know you go to church. But can you work it then? You got to work this thing. You got to be willing to tell people about this story. You got to get them to a place where now they see the sign in the text, but in actuality, it goes from visualizing the sign to really living the sign. Now, when you're living the sign, now you understand that thank God that he decided to send his son to the world to save us. After you being willing, let's get out of here running. After you working,